Hi everyone, it's Allison from Fathom 5 Tarot, and I'm here to do week ahead reading and also talk about the Christmas star a little bit. So maybe I'll start with the Christmas star. So tomorrow is tomorrow is December the 21st, depending on where you are in the world. And I guess actually, depending on where you are in the world, it might be summer solstice for you. But I am in the northern hemisphere, so tomorrow is the winter solstice, the shortest day and longest night of the year. And this one's going to be apparently pretty special. I have high hopes. I'm looking out my window and it has been gray and cloudy and snowy and rainy today. Gross. We had all this nice snow yesterday and now it's getting rained away. So I'm hopeful that I can see this. That's the Solstice star. I'm just going to read to you a little bit from a Forbes article that actually I'll link below in case you're interested in hearing more details. 2020. Now I need these. This is the Solstice star that is coming tomorrow night, actually all week, but apparently tomorrow night's the best night. This refers to the Great Conjunction or a pulse of Jupiter and Saturn, something that occurs every 20 years, but this year it's very special. On the evening of Monday, December 21st, 2020, the exact date of the December solstice, the two gas giants will align from our point of view on Earth and appear to be just 0.1 degrees from each other. That's remarkably close and is something that hasn't happened since the 17th century. The moment of closest conjunction is at 1324 Universal Time. And so I don't actually know how that correlates to where I am, Eastern Standard Time, but I will look it up. You can see the site with your own naked eyes by going outside after dark any night this week, but preferably on Monday, December 21st, 2020, and looking to the southwestern skies. The ideal time is 45 minutes after sunset where you are, because the planets will sink beneath the horizon within a couple of hours. So sunset is super early where I am now. So just think about that, 45 minutes after sunset. This great conjunction is thought to be what the wise men were following, who were biblical astrologers, basically, the Star of Bethlehem. So no matter where your faith lies, how cool. I'm so excited. Cooperate, weather. I hope. So I will link to that Forbes article below, although you can find anything. Just Google winter solstice, Christmas star, winter solstice, star, anything. It'll come up in your newsfeed right away. So for today's reading, I put on a winter sweater. And I'm going to use my winter weight deck. This is a box from the dollar store. The winter weight just came in a crappy box that immediately I destroyed because I destroy stuff. These are the backs in case you haven't seen it before. So it's a redrawing of the classic Rider-Waite-Smith. I just saw the title card. Darn it. Let's see if I draw that one, I'll just pull it out. But it's cute. It's fun. I love everything Christmassy. I'm a real sucker for that kind of thing. So I was a sucker for this. Oh, bad shuffle. Oh, the worst. God. Good riffler though. Okay. So again, thank you so much if you've been, title card. Got you, sucker. Thank you so much if you have been watching and commenting on these. It really makes me feel so great. This is a really interesting time of year. It's interesting in any year because it's this combination of like history of pagan celebration, right? Saying goodbye to the darker time of the year and welcoming back the light, even though where I am, it's going to be cold and dark for another few months anyway. It won't be as dark as it will be tomorrow. But it's also combined with this Christian holiday, which is all about giving and goodwill and sometimes personal sacrifice. So I find that a really interesting conflagration of parties and booze and food generally. Not this year. I'm having a family Zoom and that is it. Anyway, it's a fascinating time of year to me. I could go on and on, but we're here for a reading. So, whoops. Let's do it. Well, got a jumper, of course. Sorry, if you watch this channel at all, you'll have a laugh when you see what it was. I want to draw more than 3 cards sometime. Not today. Not today. Okay, so the first card that I drew is the winter weight version of Strength. Gosh, this is cute. This is a really interesting interpretation of Strength. I love the reindeer, I suppose. Baby moose, maybe? I'm not sure, but so appropriate. And I love winter everything. I just love this season, so it's beautiful. And I draw Strength all the time. It's one of my favorite cards. I feel like this card's been stalking me. But I do think this particular week might really need to be a source of strength for people. It's different. If you have holiday traditions, then this is probably going to be a different week. Even if your holiday traditions are usually like going to the movies, everything's different, and everything is hard, and it will require strength in some way probably to get through it. But look how peaceful this card is. And perhaps you can find that strength within knowing that everybody's dealing with it. And maybe you can find some little way to make it special for you that you normally wouldn't do, a treat that you have at a different time of year, or just like I'm really trying to treasure like sitting and curling up with a cup of tea and a good book when normally I'd be rushing around and preparing to host and grocery shopping for all these foods I wouldn't normally buy, and just sort of taking some quiet time with a simplicity and appreciating the little things. The pretty snow if you have pretty snow, or the lack of snow if you don't have to shovel right now. To just really find your strength in the things that comfort you, rather than seeking to replicate everything maybe that you would normally have at this time of year, because it probably can't happen depending on where you are. So where will you find your strength? I think this is a really perfect pull, and I will never be unhappy to see a strength card show up for me. The next card is the Judgment card, and oh my gosh, I feel like there's a ton of connective tissue here in terms of what we can draw from this week. I think that the holidays can actually be a real time of judgment. Anyway, if we don't constantly guard against it, this sense of like keeping up with the Joneses and hosting and cooking, and this worry at a time that should all be about celebration. I think it's really easy to get down on ourselves. And it's been really easy for me to feel a little bit this way this year, because I've really been striving to find that magical Christmas spirit that's usually there. And I think this could be a very easy time of year to be hard on yourself. It also can be a very easy time of year to judge others for their choices, what they choose to do. And while I have definite opinions on what people should and should not be doing this holiday season, I don't think it's healthy for me to dwell on that. I think this is really a good time to take care of you and yours, and to try and let some of those things go. And one of the things I actually do hope too is that for Christmas 2021, which I hope will be very different than Christmas 2020, we can really use this year to focus on what matters, right? What are the things that we could let go of? This sort of rampant consumerism. And although it's interesting, I don't know, maybe it'll be interesting to see when the numbers come out for this year. A few weeks ago, I was in a Michael's craft store just to pick something up, just to do a drop off. And I looked in and I could see the Christmas aisles were already empty. Like normally they'd be selling that stuff off after Christmas. And so it's interesting, but it has made me think sort of judge my priorities a little bit and what I've got going on. And I always want to improve and I always want to move forward. So I think there's two sides to this, like a healthy dose of judging what really matters, but also to be very gentle with yourself. We've never lived through anything like this before, and the holidays always bring up like emotion and nostalgia. And um, if you've lost something recently, then that loss can be more profound. And if you've gained something, that joy can be more profound, but only if you really get to enjoy it, which you may not. If you're in like a new relationship or something, but you can't maybe see that person, like there's just so much. So be gentle, be kind to yourself. Find something you love this season and make sure you do that, even if it's not holiday themed or Christmassy or with Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or Diwali or anything like that. What is it you love? And just don't judge yourself for it. Just do it. So, and finally, what can I say? The world, the world. It's so funny. It's so funny because a couple weeks ago I mentioned that an Instagram friend of mine, Seven Swords Tarot, had just been pulling a particular card, the death card, when I pulled it nonstop. And here we are. He's been pulling this card, I think, all week long. So funny. Um, what can I say? This is a time to have the world in mind. And while it may not um, feel like we've come to any sort of sense of completion, um, we have, we are. Vaccines have been discovered for the COVID virus. 2020 will end. This year is coming to an end. There have been many sort of personal victories in my life and things that have sort of come full circle. I just need to take the time to think about this. And no matter who you are, and where you are, and what you celebrate, I just hope that this is a week that you can find happiness in whatever is where you are. Oh, I can't really say more than that. Have a very happy holiday. I will be posting another video this week, another in my What I've Learned From series. I thought I'd just give it a couple of days because if I try and do one a week, I'm just going to blow myself out. But I'm just going to hold this up again, you guys. So much love. Happy holidays. And we'll see you soon.